What's good, y'all? And boy, do we have a special treat for you guys today. It is officially episode 1 of the ConquerCast. Today, me and Jace are going to be talking about a realm of things, but those subjects are going to include some of our top fitness influencers.
Absolutely. I think I've been wanting to touch on our top fitness influencers for a long time. Once again, welcome. We're going to be starting this new podcast series. We're super excited about it. We're super excited to delve into a plethora of topics, no matter what it is. We like to talk about fitness, nutrition, life, anything and everything.
Absolutely.
But yeah, without further ado, also, if you're not subscribed, it would mean the world to us if you hit that subscribe button,
baby.
It helps out the channel more than you'll ever know. And also, we just appreciate you tuning into this video. So
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So let's kick this episode off with one of our favorite bodybuilders at current times, and that is going to be the Viking, James Hollingshead.
He is an absolute mutant of a man. He's a UK bodybuilder.
UK bodybuilder.
He's a UK bodybuilder. We've been watching him for a long time. I was completely unknown of him until we discovered that muscle and strength videos. It was one of the first ones he did with them because he's done a lot of work with them. But my goodness, the genetics on this guy are absolutely preposterous.
They're phenomenal.
They're preposterous.
The conditioning, along with the amount of size he's able to put on. But like, that's not even all of it that encompasses James Hollingshead. Honestly, the dopest thing about him is his personality outside of bodybuilding. Yes. Like he streams on Twitch. He interacts with his fans from the bodybuilding community, along with his Twitch video gaming fan base. Mm-hmm. Like, he's just a dope guy.
He's goes super in depth with every single aspect of training. He's super open about what he does.
Exactly.
And muscle and strength. He's a Red Cod 1 sponsored athlete. And he's super talented. I think right now he basically gave himself this whole year to prep for Olympia. He didn't compete last year in Men's Open, but
a full year to prep for Olympia.
Yeah, Nick Strength and Power
come in and murder.
Came out with a video recently. Like, had him predicted. Like, I think he's going to place top 5 or at least top 10 in Men's Open, and that's someone who has yet to even touch an Olympia stage. I don't think he's never competed on Olympia stage, right?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
I'd have to look that up.
I'd have to look that up. I
haven't been following him long enough, to be honest.
Yeah, but we discovered him, and it's just been he kind of has that like classic Dorian Yates mindset where he trains at this super secluded style. What were you saying? It's like a factory.
It's like
gym.
A factory. Like when I first seen it on the Muscle and Strength documentary that they did with him. It was at King's Gym.
King's Gym. Insane.
And it just looks like an old factory, maybe a warehouse, but like the lighting in there is just so dope. It's like natural lighting from glass on the roof. It's phenomenal.
That summer natural lighting, bro. Like it hits.
It hits
like
hard.
Like when you finally achieve it. Like we bulk year round, so it's like when you finally achieve getting lean, it's like that lighting just hits different.
It hits different, especially like when you go on these elongated bulks, like your 15, 16-month bulks, maybe even 18 months if you're really pushing it.
Watch it disappear.
And you watch it disappear. But then like you start getting back into caloric deficit, you start your cutting phase, and slowly but surely new striations start coming in. That light starts to hit how you remembered it. And it's just something special. And that's something that we're kind of going through right now. Kind of getting off topic, but whatever.
Yeah, it's all good.
Talk about whatever you want.
It runs.
That's something that we're experiencing right now with this cutting phase, which has been extremely tough. Me and Jace, every day, we just tell each other how tired we are getting. The training is getting difficult, but we just get the work done based off pure discipline.
Discipline.
Man.
It's getting extremely tough. I think even more so tough now. Like, I just catch myself being extremely fatigued throughout the day. And it's one of those where we skipped this last summer. We did not get lean. Normally, I'd be getting lean every single summer. But with COVID, we're not going anywhere. We're secluded. We couldn't train. I mean, everything on everything at that time. I mean, it was a rough year for everybody.
Yeah, so absolutely.
It was just one of those things where our bulk was extremely elongated, and we kind of had to just cut to get healthy, to
get to
engage in like a real cut.
Oh shit, that would have been all bad. Let's move that out of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a cut to get to a healthy weight in order for us to even fathom doing an appropriate cut, which we have
like with
been
cardio.
doing. Yeah, with cardio and all that, and nutrition regulation, all that stuff, without getting too complex.
But I mean, James Hollingshead is just one of those guys.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Like that's where I was going.
No, we get super off topic. Like if you've we've done some podcast work in the past. We get super off topic.
Yeah,
it happens.
It kind of just it's a ramble, but it kind of just flows together. But that's why I brought up the cut, because I think that's why we idolize James Hollingshead so much, is because like me and you both idolize like that 90s era of bodybuilding, which he does too. Sure. And that's kind of the era of like going on these crazy bulks and then getting disciplined and dialing in mentally to execute these cuts.
Absolutely. And it also too, like isolating yourself, like,
yes,
bro, he loves that gritty lifestyle of lurking in the shadows.
Absolutely.
And like, I think that's what Dorian did. I know Dorian explained it. That temple gym, I mean, there's rats. It's grimy. Nobody wants to train there. I think he mentioned in a documentary, he was like, some people would come in to train, bro, and they'd walk right back out.
And he said the only air flowing in was from the alleyway that's filled with trash, piss, and old beer.
Yeah,
so it's like
a location that nobody wanted. But I mean, I'm getting off topic with Temple Gym, but because King's Gym is an absolute preposterous facility.
Yeah, it has
the gym that he trains at.
Yeah, it's really like nothing compared to Temple as far as the quality of the gym, but because King's Gym is better, it's better condition,
better quality, better condition,
better equipment, but it kind of just has that vibe, that Temple-esque vibe
like,
to it.
Like it's one of those gyms where like you could tell it was opened by bodybuilders, and it's like you go there to progress and to train. And it's one of those things. It's kind of like similar to like a zoo culture style vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where it's like everybody goes is making each other better.
That's to elaborate more with zoo culture and what Bradley Martyn is doing with zoo culture. That's
Jesus Christ.
That's a phenomenal gym down south in LA. That is allowing the fitness influencer community to really have a place to create content and change their lives.
It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. 100%. I know Bradley was definitely something we were going to get into eventually with zoo culture and everything like that. And like it has such a huge comparison to King's Gym in that aspect of like just people being allowed to kind of do that, because me and Rob have been kicked out of gyms for filming before,
like
a
two
few
or three times out here in Sacramento. So I feel like not having access to a gym that allows for content creation, trying to be aspiring content creators and push out content, it's been kind of frustrating. And I think that's why we really admire what Bradley Martyn is doing with zoo culture.
It's amazing. And I think overall too, the camaraderie, because me and Rob have experienced not being able to film at a gym.
Yeah.
But not only that, like we're the only ones in the gym filming.
Yeah, we're the only ones going in there with the proper setup.
Like,
we
a whole camera.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of get those looks, and you also feel like you're super just in the way, like of what everyone else is doing. Like that is forbidden here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like get that
kind of like a nuisance in the gym.
Yeah.
Like, it's these type of guys.
Right.
Like it's not really appreciated out here in Sacramento where we're located as it is so much in LA.
Yeah. And it's something that like, I honestly get jealous of. Cause like, if I really like sit back and think about it, I remember vividly, like this is going way back. The jumping out of the pool video. That was the first time I saw Bradley. And I'm talking, he had like a few 100,000 subs, and that was just off going viral on the Discover page. But he was one of the, when I discovered him at least, but he was one of the OGs of like one of the first like true online coaches of Instagram.
Oh, absolutely.
Like one of the first ones. And I know he's referenced it in interviews before, but like it's so remarkable what he's done. We were able to visit Zoo Culture in, I want to say this was May of 2017.
It was recently after, I think after it had initially opened.
I don't even think it was a year in.
No, I don't think so.
I think it was months in.
And it was just like to see what zoo culture is morphed into now, bro. Like there's barely anybody there when we went.
Barely, but almost 4 years. That's crazy.
Long.
I remember literally like it was yesterday.
I remember you called me up. It was like 7 in the morning. You're like, it was 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning.
And you're like, hey, I'm gonna come pick you up. I was like, dude, I'm not even like awake. I'm not dressed. Where are we going? He's like, we're going to zoo culture. I was like, all right, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
Come swing by.
Yeah. And my intention was to get on the road early because we are from Atwater, California, and it's smack dab in between like the Bay Area and Los Angeles, like NorCal.
It's
SoCal,
the center of Cali.
So it's like, it's a mission to get to LA from Atwater. It's like in traffic. It's like a 5.5 hour drive, which still isn't even that bad.
But it's
honestly.
brutal driving.
Brutal. It's brutal, especially for a day trip because like we just went to work out for the day and then we came home.
Yeah, I think we had school the next day, possibly. I think we went on a Sunday.
I think so too. It was during we were all at Merced College, I believe.
Yeah,
it was the second semester of our first year of junior college.
Shout out Merced College.
But yeah, I remember vividly when Bradley opened Zoo Culture. Like that was a big deal because his clothing brand was just emerging. Like I still have like that, that gray fleece with the freaking,
and then that's when he was dropping his supplements too.
He had some dope stuff.
Yeah, honestly, like that's just like an individual capitalizing on an opportunity that was presented to him. Like he took advantage of the opportunity that was presented to him, capitalized on it, and set himself up for a very good life.
100%. And I find it crazy too, because like we discovered him early on, but if you think about what he's doing now, like when I reference back to like how Arnold talks about it, how Tom Platz talks about it too, especially Tom, when he talks about how him, Zane, Arnold, like they coached him in that like LA, and that was the thing to do. Rich Gaspari talks about it as well. Like that was the thing to do. I want to move down to LA and I want to be a bodybuilder.
Right.
And now Bradley has resurrected it in a different era, and literally like the way I look at LA now is like I want to move down to LA and be a fitness influencer.
Exactly.
Like that's what it is now. Like that's what
exactly.
what it's resurrected to be.
You have fitness influencers like Jesse James West, Anthony Mantello, like
super talented guys.
Super talented. Like, it's honestly
super talented.
It's dope to see what they're doing.
It's absolutely incredible to see what they're doing. I mean, they moved Jesse and Anthony. I get like because they're both from New Jersey, and there was a point I remember when Jesse posted it was a video with Noel. It was like they were saying goodbye, and then he just takes off.
I know.
And it's like him, Anthony, and then their videographer. I think he records both of them, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But nonetheless, I mean, both of them shoot next level content.
And they just have great personalities.
Great personalities. And they've really set themselves up.
Absolutely. And like Mantello, he's fucking... The series that he's going on right now, his Road to Pro series, is honestly dope as fuck to see because insane, it's a young guy who is popping off in the fitness industry, and he can easily go a direction of like saying, "All right, fuck this bodybuilding shit. I'm just gonna keep doing this fitness influencer stuff and like not compete." But he's still passionate about that dream, and honestly, he's setting himself up good to achieve what he's setting out to do.
He definitely. In terms of he has some of the best genetics I've seen like, in a long time. Like he's such a complete physique, and like the amount of time and amount of work that we know he's going to put in. The dude's
absolutely.
The dude's
Him and Jesse both have crazy work ethics.
Crazy work ethics. Like the Jesse has like what he's done as far as like gaining a core audience. I think is like one of the more impressive ways of doing it that I've seen in some time.
Absolutely. Like, as soon as he touched down in LA, it's content, and he's had phenomenal growth. The dude is absolutely killing it.
He's killing it.
It's very admirable.
He's killing it. And I mean, from people like us who've, not only, I mean, we're doing it now, and it's incredible to be doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that it's even more special because we've been fans of fitness YouTube for a very long time.
Very long time, since 2012.
But I've never seen anything like what Jesse's doing.
No.
I've never seen anything like it. Like I've seen like similarities, but like not the way he's doing. He has like this like certain swagger that hasn't really been in the fitness realm.
Right.
Like
I think he has like that perfect balance between like a personality and an enjoyable character to watch, along with like having that fitness entity in that fitness realm attached to him.
Yeah. He just did perfectly said. He just did a fucking super sweet video with fucking David Lade.
Oh, I know.
It was a sick video.
Seen that video. Was dope.
Strong dude, bro.
Strong dude.
I think like a 340 bench press.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. That is very impressive. Absolutely.
Yeah. But what they're doing right now and what Bradley's doing, and just they've just opened the door for so many young aspiring people who want to like get into the fitness,
especially from that area.
Absolutely. And I think they've more importantly than anything, like Bradley is even looking to expand further with opening like I think he talked about it on Fighter and the Kid in depth.
Fat ass warehouse space he's trying to get. I think he said 30,000 square feet. It might have been 30,000 square feet, which if he pulls that off, and he said he was very close to like sealing the deal on it. He said they're going to, whose video was it? That strong man, bro. He has his own gym in LA.
Yeah.
Do you remember his name?
I can't
Robert Oakhurst.
Robert Oakhurst. That sounds familiar.
I think so.
That dude is a savage.
Jesus
Christ.
That dude is strong as a fucking bull.
Oh, he's strong.
Like, I'm not really like well versed in the strongman game, but I know that dude is top of the food chain. Like him and Shaw. Shaw's getting lean.
He looks good.
He's very good.
The density on that man.
It's crazy.
It's
Brian Shaw.
Insane. Brian Shaw.
Dude's crazy.
The dude's insane.
I discovered him through watching Mark Bell's channel. Him and Mark Bell are pretty close friends.
Are they?
Yeah.
No, that's right. Yeah, I think Shaw's been on his podcast, if I'm not mistaken, on the Power Project.
They've done a couple things together.
Yeah.
A few things, more than a few things. But let's, honestly, since we're talking about Mark Bell, let's start elaborating on Mark Bell, Sacramento native, Sacramento local. I've been watching Mark Bell for a long time. And that man has been killing it indefinitely.
What did that do? We were talking to some dude that he was a super cool dude that we ran into at the gym, and for some reason we started talking about Mark Bell because he had a 5% nutrition jug.
Oh yeah. Adam,
that dude's the man, bro.
I know. So we're training at the gym we film at.
Jack Culture, Rockland.
And we're warming up, and from the corner of my eye, I see a 5% nutrition jug, and I'm like, no way. Like, I was going to point it out to Jace, but I didn't want Adam to, like, see me.
It's just us and him.
Yeah, us and him. And Jace comes up to me during one of my warm-up sets, and he's like, he kind of, like, gives me a head nod, and I'm like, what's up? And he's like, and then I see where his eyes are going towards, I'm like, yeah, I know, bro. Yeah. Like, I know. Like that's sick.
He's one of us.
He's one of us. It's like, if you guys don't know, bro, like we had mentioned, we have been watching fitness YouTube for a very long time.
Since the beginning.
And Rich Piana was somebody that we idolized. Like, when he passed away, I was truly devastated. I was sad. I felt like I lost somebody close to me.
It was super sad. I could still see myself, because ironically, the first person to announce his death was Brad.
Yeah.
On Twitter. I remember, I don't know, I remember this so well, because he wasn't doing well. He was in the hospital. And there were already videos coming out, like, of questioning if he was going to make it.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so I was just like, boom, 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 like refresh. That's our dog. Like, we've learned a ton from him.
I've learned a tremendous amount. We both have, of information, not only about training and nutrition, but about PEDs.
That's the reason the reason me and Rob didn't start taking PEDs when we were 16 years old.
Because we thought about it.
Yeah.
We've been about this lifting and bodybuilding shit for a very long time.
From 16 until
whenever we drop dead.
That's how long
we're going to keep doing this shit.
We love training.
Bro, I don't ever see myself not training in life.
No.
Like, I can't picture life without training. That's how much I enjoy training and how much it has become a part of my life. Like, training, I have structured all of my days since I was 16 years old around training.
Even when we were playing football.
Dude.
It's crazy. And like
as soon as season ended, I was like, hell yeah, I get to go to the gym every day now.
Every day. And a lot of the times too, like playing a sport early on in high school where you start incorporating weightlifting is where you realize like if your genetics are good for bodybuilding.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you start to like see like who responds well to like the weightlifting.
I was very saddened when I realized that I didn't have Olympia caliber genetics.
I was so heartbroken, bro. Like I was like, oh no.
I was like, damn.
Like it ain't happening.
It ain't happening. I don't have those genetics.
Exactly.
But like I'm still gonna aspire to like chase that because like why? Oh, just because I don't have the genetics, I'm never going to get there, so I'm not even going to try, which means like my training probably wouldn't be as tense or as educated as it is now.
Not at all.
Like
it's insane, right?
It's crazy, dude.
It's insane because I feel like we were very close to going down that road, right?
Yeah.
Like
but
back in the day to transition.
To bring it back to Rich. So like yeah, he talked me and Jason both out of doing steroid cycles when we were 16 years old because for whatever reason we got obsessed on that topic and we're like, yeah.
I wanted to be a professional bodybuilder. Like after I saw Pumping Iron and like started watching videos on YouTube, like
dozens of videos.
And this is when like some of the only YouTubers at the time were like Ogus, freaking Elliot Hulse, Chris Jones, Mark Lobliner, Yucky Lovato, like back when he was training with Chris Elkins and Matt Ogus. And then honestly, bro, this is when Mike Chang six-pack shortcuts was on YouTube, bro. He used to pop up on the ads. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Mike Chang was jacked,
bro. He was super jacked.
I was like,
let's see who else was popping during that time. Elliot Hulse. I watched him pretty religiously.
He taught us a lot.
Yeah, taught us a lot.
That was when he was filming it at Strength Camp and the garbage truck would roll by. Right?
I discovered Elliot Hulse though because of like football and shit. And like he was more like strength, athletic performance, but
alpha advice too. Like just
alpha advice, like just a different type of fitness channel. But then I discovered POG.
Chris Jones, fucking man,
the man,
dude.
Bro. Like that's when I really discovered like how to train for bodybuilding.
Absolutely, it was like okay. I mean, if you have ever watched like any of those Chris Jones videos, I remember like sometimes we'll even thumb back through because he has a channel called it was Pump Chasers and now he recently changed it to Beast Mode Jones. But this is when he was training with Vince G. December of 2011, I think, was when he started POG. And I remember seeking out, I wanted to learn more about lifting for football. This was summer going into freshman year of high school when me and Rob met.
Yeah.
I had just turned 14. I just like literally.
Yeah, I think I'd been 14 for a few months.
Yeah, but we met in like May.
Yeah,
and my birthday is in April. Yeah, we met. Yeah, of 2012, and that's when like POG started to emerge. By 2014, POG was at like before the Vince G feud. It was at like over 700. I think it was like at 850K,
which is crazy.
That's insane. If you go back and watch there. Christian Guzman and like Max Tuning, David, I forget his last name. Sorry, David. How to Beast, I love you.
Oh, How to Beast,
you're the fucking man. But,
sick ass production.
Dope ass channel. Sick ass advice. Dope channel. Congrats on the engagement, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's it called? Damn it. Oh, They've just started. It's a whole new realm as far as like the production that you need nowadays. But
absolutely. If you try and drop some shit that POG was releasing, you're gonna get chewed up and spit out, bro. Like you got guys like as we mentioned, like Jesse James West, Mantello, even Hollingshead and Fit Visuals is crazy too. Like the production quality that you have to have, the production standard that you have to have now is much higher than it was back then, which I mean...
Much higher. This is when you got someone close to you to film for you.
What you should expect, though, when like a category starts to evolve on YouTube and like people start making this a career.
Absolutely.
Like, you have to roll with it. That's what's going to be expected.
100%. And then like there wasn't no freelance videography jobs back in the day, like back when all that was emerging, just for weddings.
Yeah, like filming shit,
real estate,
filming shit on your phone was acceptable, but now if you film shit on your phone for like fitness shit and try to drop it on YouTube, it's probably not going to do too well.
No, I mean,
unfortunately,
don't get me wrong, phones shoot some amazing video, but I don't know, for some reason there's just like that because so many people are doing it. So many people are doing it. All the top guys are doing it. All the top guys, like everybody we watch so many fitness channels.
We watch so many fitness
I think
channels,
like
so
50,
many
probably
film
like
channels.
50. So many film channels.
I mean, there's only a handful of them that we keep up with, but yes, we do watch an extensive amount of fitness influencers just because like that's the space we're in. We like to see what's up and coming, what the standard is, and like what the people are doing who like follow, like that we follow up on to see like what they're doing, what their next move is, like how their production quality is improving and all that.
Absolutely, because the production quality, like it's just amazing to see what everybody's up to, and like especially like all the Olympians we follow. Like we follow guys like, you know, Patrick Moore and George the Bull.
George the Bull. George the Bull's sick,
His physique is just out of this world.
He has some of the craziest genetics I've ever seen on a human being besides Ronnie Coleman.
Besides Ronnie.
And if George the Bull moves up to open,
it's over. It's over.
It might be he might be in the talks of some
but
better genetics than Ronnie Coleman. Which is going out on a limb to say, but George the Bull, his genetics are absurd.
Could you imagine, bro, like that top 5 lineup, just Brandon Curry, freaking Reagan Grimes, Labrada, just freelance posts? It would be insane. We're live streaming the Olympia this year.
Absolutely.
We're live streaming.
Dude, it's honestly pretty dope how obsessed we are with bodybuilding. Like people who don't understand bodybuilding and like don't really follow it probably look at us like, damn, you guys are some weirdos,
dude.
But honestly, like, fuck it, that's just dope.
Yeah, it's just my.
I think it's just like
thing. I love.
It's the discipline that attracts me, like the discipline and the dedication and what somebody is able to do to the human body.
George the Bull he has a preposterous physique.
He has super physiological genetics and a super physiological physique.
His coach?
He's carved from stone. Not his coach. His coach is not carved from stone, but his coach is a savage. George the Bull has like these group of like bodybuilding nerds coaching him up, and like
it's insane that like how articulate they are with every aspect of what George needs to look like.
They've probably never competed in bodybuilding, but they are obsessed with the sport. It's kind of like people who get obsessed with like the NFL, the NBA, do all those, the UFC, and do all those like the fantasy leagues and all that shit. Like that's what these guys are doing, but with bodybuilding. And they understand how to manipulate nutrition, manipulate training, and manipulate PED stacks to transform George the Bull, who already has crazy genetics from classic to 212, and now they're about to take this fucking man to open in years to come.
And what I love too about George the Bull is he's from New York, and Muscle and Strength did like a full in-depth video on him. I know referencing back to Muscle and Strength with James Hollingshead. They have an incredible channel where they just go in depth on certain bodybuilders, whether it be full days of eating, training, certain body parts,
Olympia preps.
It's it's stunning.
They do phenomenal work.
They do phenomenal work.
A powerhouse.
Powerhouse. Speaking of George DeBull, he trains at Powerhouse. Ben Francis, the Powerhouse gym with Sadiq Hagzovic and Kai Green.
Dude, it'd be so dope to train at that gym.
That gym is monumental. That's like the East Coast zoo culture now.
Absolutely. But like, to bring it back to that Muscle and Strength documentary, they did like an in-depth analysis and day in the life of George DeBull during his prep. It wasn't for Olympia. I think it was for the New York Pro.
Yes, 212 New York Pro.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
That sound right?
Yeah, I think so. And like, he's just a warrior, bro.
He's a gladiator.
And like, there's this segment in there of him eating like his prep foods, just like egg whites and like
raw
just raw spinach. And like this is when me and Jay, we rewatched this video right when we started the cut, and like 3 weeks in, when we were trying to get our nutrition dialed in, there was a statement that me and Jace were telling each other when we'd try and DoorDash or like eat some junk food. We'd look at each other and be like, George DeBull don't up that shit. And like, that was like a saying. And like, that's how much we idolize that, man. Like, we have a household saying that we tell each other when we want to fuck up on the diet.
Or we say, I'm trying to look like George DeBull.
But then we discovered how George DeBull eats when he's not prepping, and he eats just like us.
Like we do, because on our dirty bulks.
On our dirty bulks. Burgers, pizza,
No, not just any burgers. Donut burgers. Like, he goes in, bro, the unhealthiest of foods. He eats like Eric the Electric. Dude.
Eric the Electric can put down some food,
that man is unlike anything I've ever seen. His ability.
When he did the strongman challenge, I was amazed with how much food he was able to consume in one day. I think if I tried to do that, I would collapse.
100-mile bike rides, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That dude is insane. Like, and his whole story, I remember discovering him. He voiced his, he had an anorexia.
Discovered him through you.
Yeah, he had an anorexia story early on where he talks about he had gynecomastia surgery when he was really young because he got really fat and like it got really anorexic from being so fat, and then he had to get gynecomastia when he was like 15, 16, I believe. And found in that he could eat copious amounts of food.
And he turned that into something positive.
He's an animal.
An animal, and his YouTube channel is sick, bro. When he does his little fire emoji. Like
W.
Fire, yeah.
Oh.
W.
He's an animal.
He's so dope.
He's a stud. Like, I freaking love watching him. Like, anytime he drops a new video. Honestly, competitive eating is one of the sickest fucking sports on YouTube.
Absolutely.
It's a legitimate career. Because
YouTube has made that allowable and like an opportunity amazing. Now.
Beard meets food.
Beard meets food is absolutely killing it.
Randy Santel. I remember watching him back in the day, bro, when Furious Pete was sitting in his computer chair eating cheeseburgers from Mick.
Speaking of Furious Pete, that was somebody I grew up watching too, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I watched Furious Pete religiously.
Yeah, I have an autographed picture of him in my room.
That's sick.
At my parents' room in my house.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He fucked. I ordered a D4L. He has this brand called D4L. It was when it's dedicated for life. Sick stuff. I ordered a snapback because I used to be a meathead.
We all used to be meatheads.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah,
bro.
I used to have like shorter hair and wear like snapbacks with like handmade cutoff tee. Like, I was doing
handmade cutoff tees, bro.
They were sick.
They were sick, but I was cutting shit that like barely half of my nipple was covered up, bro.
There's only like this much of the shirt down here.
I'm like I look at pictures of myself when I was like 16, 17 years old when I first started training seriously, when we both started training seriously, because we've been training partners since then.
Yeah. 8 years, 9 years.
We were legitimate meatheads.
We were meatheads. And I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was aware
proud,
of it. I was a proud meathead, and we made all kinds of gains. That's not to say you can't make gains being a meathead.
Absolutely.
Look at Dr. Mike Israetel.
But like Dr. Mike Israetel's like a different phenomenon though,
he's a phenomenon.
Because he's a meathead, but he's also
a chemist.
He has his PhD in exercise physiology.
Exercise physy, but he knows that he's just like he's just a molder of a man when it comes to anything nutrition, training. Dieting, show prep.
He has a encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to these things. And like, I think he trolls people on his Instagram because like at heart, he is a meathead. Like a lot of people who are obsessed with bodybuilding and love the sport and love to train, a majority of them start out as meatheads, but there's few of them, but it's becoming more like apparent now. But it used to be that few of them just used to become educated and like become so obsessed with training and nutrition that they study it as like Dr. Mike Israetel has done. And like he trolls people on Instagram by posting the most cringiest meathead shit of all time. And then, but you can't clown him because he's smart as fuck. Like he's smarter than he's probably the smartest fucking.
He's up there. He's like...
He might be one of the smartest dudes when it comes to exercise science.
100%. 100%. He has a PhD.
And like what he's doing with Renaissance periodization is just phenomenal.
He has a good system in place. He definitely...
I love everything that man does.
I love everything. Like
down to the fucking lecture format.
I still remember, dude, I come home from work and like... Dude, I remember like... I can't remember like exactly when it was, but it was very recently. When I get into any channel that I discover, like I go back and I do all my homework. I was like, all right, where did this person start out? Where are they from? I go and watch their oldest videos to newest videos, and I try to like find out everything about them. So what I like to do, like any channel that I discover, I like to see like where they started and like what it took for them to get where I discovered them at. And that's what I did with Dr. Mike. And like he started out as a professor at what was it? Central... Damn it. Or Iowa, possibly? Does that sound right? Central Missouri?
I think Central Missouri.
I think that sounds better.
I think he taught at a few places.
He taught at a few different places.
But like some of his first videos on YouTube, I think, are like old lecture videos. And like even his new shit, like it's him on one side, and then on the other side are like bulletin points, and he's giving you a lecture, but it's so dope because he has like this personality to him that's kind of like, oh, I don't really give a fuck, but I'm still gonna teach you guys all this information. So
yeah, he has a very dry humor, like,
but it's dope.
He has a sick style. He has one of the sickest styles as far as like being that like Alpha Lean X type of approach, where you just like strictly distribute information, and you essentially just become like one of those knowledge science-based channels. Yeah, like
absolutely. But like,
it's. But I don't mean to. I'm not a fan of Alpha Lean. Let's clarify that. If you use fake weights and you get caught,
that's what I was about to say, bro. I was like, but Dr. Mike ain't lifting no fake weights, bro.
Hell no.
Like, bro, he ain't lifting no fake weights. That dude trains fucking hard.
He trains hard.
Like his training vlogs with him and Jared Feathers.
Dude, IFBB Classic Physique Pro, Jared Feathers. That dude is
a dog.
Like his physique is super impressive, and he has a master's in physiology.
Yeah.
And has done a lot of work with Renaissance periodization. He's on the cover. His name's listed on the cover of Mike's book.
Yeah, I think he's a prep coach for Renaissance periodization.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He's a bodybuilding prep coach.
Super talented guy. They have a wicked system in place over there at Renaissance.
Yeah,
for sure.
They're absolutely murdering the game.
Yeah, I think that's why Mike doesn't give a shit about his Instagram.
No, he's because like, bro, I was watching one of his last videos. I think I had told you this earlier in the week. He was like, he was referencing to something he posted on Instagram. And he's like, yeah, and if you follow me over on Instagram, I'm sorry because that shit sucks. And like, it was at that point I knew that he is trolling everybody. It's like he's just gonna continue to post the meathead shit. People are gonna continue to fucking give negative feedback and try to clown on him, and he's just not gonna.
He likes it.
He likes it. He enjoys it. It's comedy. It's his daily dose of comedy and laughter, and it's so dope to see someone.
His escape.
Yeah, it's so dope to see someone do it the way they want and not give a shit about what other people think.
It is. I think Mike does it better than anyone in that aspect for sure, but. Yeah, it wasn't until Mike that I discovered Jeff. That's when I discovered Jeff.
Yeah.
And Jeff Nippard, in my opinion, I mean, if you have a Mount Rushmore of like fitness YouTubers, I mean.
As far as like education and
science-based
in
and that realm.
Practical practice, Jeff Nippard, Mike Israetel, Mountain Dog, a.k.a. John Meadows, James Hollingshead,
Joe Bennett,
hypertrophy coach.
I mean, there's there's those guys that just strictly do, like, I'm talking they're by a whiteboard. They're walking you through anatomy charts, breaking down nutritional Excel spreadsheet. I mean, these guys go in, like, especially Jeff.
Dude, Jeff Nippard puts so much work into his videos.
It's insane. Like, sometimes he'll post those stories of his Final Cut Pro timelines. And we use Adobe Premiere, so it looks a little different. But I understand.
Yeah, I understand the layering and all the effects,
all the adjustment layers,
sound effects. It's like
he labels every clip.
But honestly, like, it's paid off for him.
He's a legend. I think when I discovered him through Mike, I want to say he was right about to hit 1 million. I think he was at like 880K possibly. And I was like, how the hell have I not discovered this guy?
Yeah, I discovered, I had been watching him for a while, along with Mike Israetel. I had been watching Jeff since he was like at 600K. Damn. And then I knew about Mike Israetel before he even had his own YouTube channel. He was doing shit with Juggernaut Strength, and that's how I first discovered him.
Juggernaut Strength. Dude, that was a channel back in the day. That channel was
sick, bro.
Channel was tight. But yeah, Jeff, it was insane, like unreal. I've never seen anything like it. The growth, he set the standard for like how far you can grow as a fitness YouTuber and as like a science-based YouTuber. Like he's opened up just a totally different, like I followed him long after Rob has been following, and then within like a year, like the pandemic year, he's at like 2.5 million.
Some crazy astronomical number.
Crazy astronomical
He blew up
number.
Like within the last year. I think, like, I remember when he hit 1 million, and then I remember when he hit 2 million. I was like, bro,
what the fuck?
What is going on?
He's on that like realm. Like he's on that, like, with top guys who are in the fitness realm, like with the Bradley Martins and the Callum Von Maugers and like.
But like it's different though, because
David
like
Lades, like that popularity, but he's in a different subcategory within the fitness category itself.
Is that science based stuff? Like those, like David Lade, Bradley, like they're more entertainment with like tutorial stuff thrown in there. But Jeff Nippard is just purely just strict information and education.
They're like luxury lectures. Yeah. Like it's like insane. Like the amount of references he does,
all the B-roll clips,
all the explanation with doing the lifts, and all just the voice-over timing, the music. He's on a different level.
And I think that's why he doesn't post as frequently anymore.
Inspiring.
It's honestly really inspiring.
So freaking inspiring. He's at that level where it's like, it takes years of repetition and constant growth, and just like, what he's done is it's been real phenomenal. Monumental and like important for me to see, for us to see. It's just
absolutely. I've learned a lot of information from his videos, but to like transition to Mountain Dog, who I just mentioned recently.
Sensational.
I discovered Mountain Dog through Jeff Nippard, actually. Yeah. They did a collaboration video. I was like, who is this guy? Went to his channel, went to all his videos from the past, and
what a story.
Yeah, since that day, I've been following Mountain Dog, a.k.a. John Meadows.
John Meadows,
he
Mountain Dog.
Dude, he's just, his channel's just so dope. And
it's so versatile. He's so freaking knowledgeable.
But like he puts it into practical use.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't let the over-education like that. He doesn't derive all of his training just based off of studies. Like there's still some stuff that really doesn't have any like science-based evidence to it.
Yeah.
But he knows it works from personal experience. So he implements it in his own training. Yeah, personal experience from when he was an active competitive bodybuilder from his training preps. You're absolutely right.
Dozens of plus shows too. Okay, I was floored. Like I think it was the video with Jay Cutler. He did a chest video with Jay. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal video. Like just the training chemistry they had.
Jay Cutler was so happy.
It was so happy. As soon as John did that, OG was like, "Hi everybody, John Meadows here." Just to see his
Jay's face light up with a smile.
So freaking cool. We rewinded that and watched it a few times because Jay is someone that Jay Cutler, my goodness, is that someone that has inspired me and Rob since the absolute very beginning.
Since the beginning.
The beginning.
His showdowns with Ronnie Coleman.
Bro, those.
And we both still follow Jay Cutler till this day, and he still looks good.
Yeah, not quarterback Chicago Bears, Jay Cutler.
Yeah, no, not that dude. Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, 4-time Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler. That dude is. I mean, do you remember those discovering? I think this was in a bodybuilding motivation video back in like 2013, and I'd already kind of known who he was. But then I discovered like those old tapes of him training at the Las Vegas Golds for his 06 prep.
Yeah, exactly. The dude at Golds came up to him and was like, bro, what are you doing? And Jay was like, I'm filming. Because Jay was fucking doing some heavy ass bent over rows. I think like 6 plates, grunting, yelling. And like the dude comes up all pissed off and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bro.
That's Mr. Olympia.
That's Mr. Olympia. Like, what are you doing?
You're at Golds. What do you
keep your ass at the front desk?
Yeah.
What are you doing, bro?
Don't you ever disrupt Jay in his session again.
Especially when he's filming.
He's
documenting his Olympia prep. What the hell?
He's documenting history.
History.
You should keep a distance, good sir. No disrespect.
No disrespect at all to whoever that dude was, but that's Jay Cutler. Host the trash man. Scared the shit out of me, bro.
Dude, I thought someone was banging on the door. There's pretty good noise cancellation in these headphones.
I know, it's
like
crazy.
Boom.
Yeah, we heard a loud boom right now. I don't know if it'll
bumps.
get picked up on the mic, but we're like, got startled for a bit. Thought somebody was trying to break in.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But we definitely implemented a lot of stuff that we still use from Jay's training.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
I would say from Jay, Dorian, those are kind of
two top dogs.
Yeah, 2 top dogs, but 2 like 2 different eras of like philosophy on training that we combine, and then we use information that we pick up from people like Jeff Nippard, Mountain Dog, Mike Israetel, and we kind of bring all those philosophies together and form our own training philosophy, which has been working as of recently. Training's been crazy, man.
It's been crazy, and I think it's beautiful to hear you say that, because I truly think that is the most incredible thing about bodybuilding. And I think that it doesn't really get said enough, but it's the fact that you're an artist. And I think the reason I got so obsessed with this, and we got so obsessed with this, is because you're able to be an artist in a different way, because you're essentially a sculptor of your own body.
It's a continuous project.
Continuous project. And I think that you start to gain a certain understanding of your body, the way it operates, the way certain muscles
and like
move. And
once you discover that, like once you discover what foods work with your body, what level of intensity and what level of volume works with your body as well, it's kind of like a aha moment.
It's definitely like, wow, I cannot believe I discovered this. Yeah. And I think you just, ever since you get that initial attachment, it's like you constantly just want to grow more. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about bodybuilding. But I also think that being able to gain knowledge from so many different people and finding out what works through trial and error, trying new things that may be working for somebody else that could possibly work for you, that is the greatest thing about bodybuilding.
That's the greatest thing about bodybuilding, but also that's the greatest thing about fitness YouTube, because it is 100%. Brought together. I mean, dude, you have people like Jay Cutler, Charles Glass in
the bodybuilding golds realm.
Yeah, like old school dudes that are on YouTube still actively sharing their ideas and their philosophy. And then you have like your newer generation of fitness influencers that you're able to gain information, that you're able to obtain information from as well.
Absolutely.
And like being able to combine 2 different eras together and like pick bits and pieces from each one and bring them into your own. It's
special, bro. It's so dope. Special. I think it's transformed us nutrition wise too. The anabolic era is alive.
Shout out Greg Doucette, bro.
Will Tennyson, Jesse James, like all those dudes, bro. Sick cunts.
Sick, bro.
All of them. Like what Greg has done for like the journalism / nutrition community and the YouTube fitness realm and the fitness realm in general is insane.
Yeah, like, he's doing something special over there on his channel and his cookbook. I have yet to buy it, but we're saving up. Yeah, we're saving up. It's a little pricey.
That stimulus, bro. I'm coughing that shit tonight, boy. For sure. 100%.
All PDF. Realness, though, like Greg Doucette, what he's doing with like his recipes and allowing people, showing people like you don't have to eat like your traditional bodybuilding meals, like your brown rice, your chicken breast, your broccoli, to get in shape and to have a good physique. Like there's other healthier alternatives now that people have become more innovative, more creative. And like Will Tennyson's he's a mirror image of that too, because he bases a lot of his stuff off that. Like a lot of his meals are like anabolic meals. They're not your traditional like bodybuilding meals.
Yeah, I first heard of Will actually when I saw his transformation video. That dude is a dog.
Savage. And
like he put together, it was his transformation video that went viral, but he had a hell of a transformation. Like what he's done over the course of his like fitness journey is absolutely preposterous. And he was a guy like us who was like, I love to eat such incredible food. And that dude can throw down his fucking food challenges with legendary bodybuilder Fouad Abiad.
Shout out Fouad.
Shout out to Fouad.
Man, dude,
love you, brother.
Fouad's awesome.
The dude's the man. He has the best bodybuilding podcast. I
discovered Fouad through Mountain Dog.
Yeah, me too.
I was like,
we've discovered so many people.
So like, it's crazy how
everything intercorrelates somehow.
Some way. You discover somebody, and that leads you to discovering somebody else, and that it's a continuation.
It's a continuation, and for the most part, it's continually positive.
Yeah,
for the most part, because it's everybody. We're all chasing. We all have the similar goals in the gym. We have similar goals in content, and it's just like it's an amazing thing. I think that's. Hugely what Bradley has put in place in that whole LA fitness realm right now, for sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, Jesus.
We're talking about Will.
Yeah. Put together one of the best transformations that I've ever seen on YouTube, for sure. And like what he's done with like testing stuff out and showcasing the meals, like, and his video editing is insane.
His videos he's a dope person.
I wouldn't even categorize. It's crazy because he has an amazing physique and he has great genetics. And I think he's a great bodybuilder, honestly. I honestly think
like the crazy thing is I don't think he categorizes himself as a bodybuilder. I was
just going to say that. Yeah, he's not really like he's a fitness YouTuber for sure, but I think more than anything, he's a lifestyle YouTuber. I think the same thing about Jesse, honestly, as well. Like these guys are kind of like in that realm of just being an entertainer. Like the ability of what these guys can produce on camera with the consistency, the volume, like the versatility. They're so good at it. Like they have such insane personalities and the humor, and they kind of have a similar style in terms of their personality and how they have that core fan base that just tunes in to kind of see what they're doing. Exactly. Not necessarily for fitness knowledge. They're in that different kind of realm.
They watch them because they're entertaining.
Yeah, I watch them because they're super entertaining. And I of course, I like
I always get like some good I get tips, but aside from that, like as far as like the entertainment part, I always have some chuckles here and there in every video I watch of Jesse's and of Will's. Like they just do funny shit, and I'm like, that's honestly it's dope. It's dope to see.
It's dope to see. And also too, bro, like those dudes have hella good genetics. If those dudes went on like an epic bulk, like
a dirty bulk.
Jesse has some sick genetics. Like if Jesse, I think he's like 80, I think like 185. I think he's about like 185, 190. If he went up to like 235, cut down. Full
235. That's a crazy bulk. You would have to dirty bulk that thing, bro. You ain't getting there eating chicken breasts and rice. Absolutely not.
Jesse would be massive, bro.
Honestly, bro, even if he just bulked up to like 205, like he has some crazy genetics.
He does.
He like just has a naturally lean physique.
Yeah, he does.
So like if he were to pack on weight like with a dirty bulk, he wouldn't even get that fat.
No, hell no. He would look good.
And he'd build some fucking quality muscle, more quality muscle as opposed to what he has now.
For sure.
Well, in addition to what he has now.
And him and Mantello would be having some crazy sessions, bro. They'd be having some crazy, those raw workouts at Zoo would be intense.
Intense, bro.
It'd be freaking.
It would be intense. Jesse would start considering trying to compete in bodybuilding.
100%.
Because Mantello's about that life right now, bro.
Yeah, he's in that IFBB mindset. He's definitely he's setting himself up to be the youngest ever. And I think I 100% think he's gonna do it. I'm gonna be tuning in because
absolutely. I've been since he launched. Like I was watching him, not like super religiously, but periodically. Like I always kept up on at least what he was doing. But ever since I think it's just because flipped the switch and like his Road to Pro series. Like I think because I have such a love for the sport of bodybuilding, it drew me into his channel a little more.
Absolutely,
than what I was
because
previously.
Like what he is about to do is his whole bodybuilding journey is about to be documented on YouTube.
Absolutely,
like everything he achieves in terms of the accolades that he's going to put in place for himself in the IFBB, and for sure, most likely the Olympia stage. Like I could definitely see him.
Like what? He's only 8. Is he 18?
He's 18 years old. Like
he's for sure stepping on Olympia stage.
100%.
And if he keeps his head on straight and he has minimal injuries and he does everything the correct way, which he's doing right now, he's gonna have Olympia gold
easily.
He's gonna.
I'm talking like reigning Olympia gold. Because
to be that young and to have your mindset
special. And to have the genetics that he does and like the understanding.
And his coach he has a really good coach.
Really good coach.
And that's nothing but benefit for him and his goal.
It's going to be super exciting to be able to see what he does, like long-term career-wise. Like he's a special guy. And just like everything they got going on at Zoo, it's like I keep referencing back to that because I think it's just because
we admire the culture. That's ironic. The culture at Zoo Culture.
Yeah.
Like it's just something special.
It really is.
You have people moving from several states away to come chase a dream, and everybody there is like supports each other. Like they help each other out. It's not like, oh, I'm going to try and outdo you. It's like, no, like we're all here to support each other and to help us achieve that common goal.
Absolutely.
Of being a fitness influencer.
It's like, fuck, bro. It's like,
who knows, bro? Maybe in a year or two, me and you will go down there, move to LA.
Never know.
You never know.
It could happen.
Letting you guys know on the channel for the first time.
We're still young.
We're only 23.
Yeah.
Like we're still young.
We're still young.
The opportunity's still there. And honestly, I just feel like that would be dope. Like to be
sick,
around
dude.
Such a positive vibe like that.
Especially with Bradley's new gym. Holy shit. Because this facility, I think he broke it down on Brendan's pod.
I remember.
I think it's like 6,500 square feet, possibly.
Yeah, I think it's
Don't
65.
quote me on that.
It's small.
30,000.
But yeah, I don't know how much of that is going to be like actual gym space. Like I don't know if he's going to have like distribution for raw gear in there.
And he mentioned he's going to have a whole strongman section as well. That's the thing. Bradley's approach to it is like, I want to be versatile in my gym because
I know it's not just all bodybuilding.
There's people who talk powerlifting,
strongman, bodybuilding, and not even like anybody in those categories, just fitness influencers or like your general healthy lifestyle influencers. Like Bradley's approach to bringing all these people together is very inspiring to see.
That's why it's so attractive.
Yeah,
like it's like moving to LA in the 80s to pursue freaking music.
Absolutely.
It's like a whole resurrection. It's like Bradley Martyn is will go down as one of the most iconic fitness icons.
I already consider him one of those. Like
he's already one of the greatest of all time, but like he might be the most monumental fitness icon of the 21st century. Like that's
hands
not
down.
Shy to say.
Hands down, I agree with that.
He's
I'll call it right now and say he is.
He is.
Because ever since he blew up and emerged, and then since he went on his entrepreneurship with Zoo Culture and like opening that business, it's just been nothing but positivity coming
Him
out of
and
that.
Steve in the Apex cage, bro.
That shit was funny, bro. Did you see when he fucking slammed the shit out of Steve, bro?
No, not Steve-O. Steve will do it.
No, not Steve-O. I said Steve.
No, I said
Oh, you said Steve-O?
I said Steve-O. Steve will do it.
Yeah, Steve will do it, bro. Like, and then after like that whole like controversy they were having with each other, the whole issue, whatever was going on with that, and then like to see them together in the octagon, I felt like there was a little hard emotion in there, bro. Like Bradley slammed him hella hard.
Bradley's been training over at freaking Gracie Bada.
He's been doing jiu-jitsu.
He's been training with some murderers.
Bradley gets his black belt.
Oh no!
He's gonna be dangerous because he's already a phenom when it comes to performance. That dude is one of the most athletic dudes
ever
that I have ever seen.
That's how I discovered him, is because he's doing all this crazy shit.
Jumping out of a fucking pool.
Jumping out of a 3 or 4 foot pool, whatever the fuck.
I could barely climb out of a 4-foot pool.
Jesus. Yeah, I could barely hold myself up on the edge.
Need the clear stairs. Out of water.
Yeah.
Like the counterweight from being his lower body in the water to his upper mass being exposed to gravity and all other elements. That shit was impressive. Crazy to see.
It was so crazy to see.
I seen that and I was like, yeah. This guy's something special.
He's here to stay.
Yeah.
And also too, like those videos where he's dunking on like 12-foot basketball hoops. And he's like, I think he's 6'3", like
he's a big guy.
He's 250.
Yeah, he's a big fucking dude.
He was like 250, 260 the whole time.
Yeah, he's always been a big dude. And like to see him be able to do athletic feats such as those dunks or jumping out of the pool at that size, it's like, dude, this guy is crazy.
Crazy. And when he did that video with Tom Segura, which was phenomenal, by the way, he mentioned that he went to Sac State.
I know. He's like,
I did 1 year at Sacramento State. Like,
I know Tom Segura asked him, like, you go to college? He's like, yeah, I did 1 year at Sac State. me and Jace we did 1 year at Sac State as well. So it was like, what the fuck?
You know? And
Bradley went to Sac State,
yeah, and he talked about how he used to ride his bike from his dorm room to 24-hour fitness, like for like American 30 minutes there and 30 minutes back. And he would do cardio after he trained at the gym before he rode back. And he said he'd do that every day. It's like, dude. And me and Rob have rode that river trail, 40 mile, like we've gone on 35, 40 mile bike rides.
Those rides are
vigorous. Tough. I can't imagine riding it daily. This is like a once a week thing.
A flat plane either. There's uphill, there's downhill. It's bunch of grooves, you know.
And the cycling scene in Sac is like the fitness scene in LA.
Oh,
bro.
Absolutely.
Like the cycling scene in Sac is insane.
Yeah, if you're out on the American River Trail and you don't belong there in a group of like extreme cyclists, like people who
you'll get laughed at.
Yeah, you'll get laughed at.
Mm-hmm.
Or like if you mess up on the trail, you don't move out of the way or you cut somebody off, you're going to get some dirty looks. It could be very dangerous out there. You got to be careful when you're on that American River Trail.
You got to be careful, especially if you're clipped in.
Bro, honestly, that last ride we did.
Done.
Yeah. So we have a buddy, Drew, and he is a phenomenal endurance athlete. Mm-hmm. But in particular, he is a phenom when it comes to road cycling.
He's a phenom.
And he always tries to push us to do these crazy ass rides. Like this dude is doing 60-mile rides.
He just did a 65-mile ride that he wanted us to join on.
I could barely survive 34, which is crazy to say because 34 miles on a bike, that's a lot of fucking ride time.
That's a lot of riding. That's like a 2-hour, 40-minute ride.
And that was
tough.
That was my last ride.
Yeah, I did a 40-mile ride with Drew, and then the next week we did that 30. We all did that 34, and like I was done. We all get separated on the trail because it's like we're all going at our own pace because it's like it's challenging in different ways for each of us. Like
exactly.
For Drew, he's trying to better himself because he's going to be a pro one day.
And like I had for some reason, the thought was just in my mind when I was on that ride. I was like, why am I doing this? Originally,
I want to be a professional bodybuilder.
Yeah, like all I care about is like building my physique, like being a bodybuilder.
I don't want to be
no damn Tour de France athlete. Yeah. I don't want to be no road cyclist. So like
maybe in my 30s, like I'll incorporate more of it, like Nick Bear, who Drew is fanatical, but we're fanatical. Nick Bear's the man.
The man, bro.
The man. Shout out BPN.
Phenomenal supplement company.
Top of the food chain. Top of the food chain for sure.
Nick Bear's a
savage. But I feel like I would want to I'd get to a certain point where like bulking just takes a toll. So you just stay lean year round and you just try to maintain the best lean physique that you created in your prime.
Absolutely.
Just ride it out. Which I feel is like what Nick's doing with all his endurance training and his eating.
And he's a hell of an athlete when it comes to that Ironman prep. Like,
it's a scary athlete.
Nick Bear
he's different, bro.
He's a different breed. He's a different fucking breed.
He's one of the best in the game.
Absolutely.
What he's able to do as far as just structuring his days, I've never seen anything like it. Like he runs a supplement company. He has a whole team at BPN. He drops unbelievable YouTube content. He's doing road cycling. He's married. He's doing these runs. Like he has so much stuff going on, and he works to balance it. And he's so open about how challenging it is to balance everything at such a high level.
Like the dude gets up at 5 a.m. in the morning, goes to bed like at, I think he said 10 p.m. He tries to get in bed by 10 p.m.
Yeah. Sometimes he's up till midnight.
And it's like, dude, he's doing that shit every day.
That's
just pure discipline, dedication, and desire to be the best. That's what his mission is.
He has that next level mentality, especially I feel like triathletes, they just tap into a certain mental state. Like those guys like Cam Hanes and guys that do like all these crazy endurance feats. It's remarkable to just watch what they do and like the mindset they tap in. Like guys like Goggins, they've reached like newfound levels in their mind in terms of what they're able to push themselves to achieve.
Goggins and Hanes are able to do, bro. That's like you're tapping in to a mental state that not many human beings are able to tap into.
Absolutely.
Like their resilience when it comes to their mentality, like they're pushing their body past physical limits because it goes back to that traditional saying, the mind is stronger than the body.
100%.
And they have proven that.
They've proven that. Like some of those dark details about how some of those races have ended up.
Dude, I remember when Goggins posted on his Instagram after his Moab run, his feet.
They were destroyed.
They were tarnished. His feet were battered and bruised up, bro. And he talks about like he goes in depth on some of those pull-up contests like that he did on where he did like see how many pull-ups he could do in 72 hours straight. Right.
And he said he just didn't stop. He said he put on that training montage song from Rocky 3, the one where Rocky fights Clubber Lang. Yeah. It's just like dun, 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 dun. I forget what it's called. It's the Bill Conti composed one. But fucking it's a sick freaking song. I think it's called like Win or something. But he said that was the only song he listened to for the whole time he was doing pull-ups. It was just that song on repeat.
That's what I would play. I mean, I wouldn't be doing as many pull-ups as I could for 72 hours because I just don't have the desire to do that.
Yeah, but there's no way. Bro, fuck Sylvester Stallone's physique in Rocky 4.
Sylvester Stallone just overall, bro, in all of the Rocky movie. He's a stud. Dude, the last Rambo movie we watched, that shit was crazy, bro. He fucked all those dudes.
Dude, we gotta watch that movie again. That shit was sick. There's so much freaking... He takes out a whole army.
Yeah, dude, my neck hurts, bro.
Yeah, my body hurts.
Yeah, training's fucking me up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut down and look like poop.
Shut your ass up. We're gonna cut down and look fine.
We're gonna look good.
And stay tuned for that, by the way, because I think for an episode 1, we've covered just about everything we want to cover. And man, this has been fun. I'm already excited for episode 2. I have butterflies.
I know. I think the more frequently we do this, the more accustomed we are going to become to this podcasting platform.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this was as entertaining for you guys as it was for us.
It was so fun to do.
Remember to hit that subscribe button.
Please.
Turn on notifications and stay tuned for the next video. We drop fitness content and we're going to start this podcast series.
Nutrition content.
We have a plethora of categories that we're going to start bringing to life on the channel. But until then, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Take it easy.